Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Uh, got myself a nice new microphone, see if you can hear me, because after I edited the video last week, I realised that all the wind was catching a lot of the sound, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better. It's not as windy today, so it's not too bad really. Just created this video to go through some of the types of auxiliary clocks. I see a lot of the military style auxiliary clocks being sold on eBay. They're useless and they're asking like £100 plus sometimes, and it's just frustrating to see it. I'm hoping somebody wouldn't buy it, because you're not going to be able to renovate them without expert equipment, as far as I'm aware. And we'll talk a little about those and see what different types of auxiliary clocks will fit to the Series 3 motors, especially the lightweights. Series 3 military motors vehicles, especially the lightweights, and we'll go through those a little bit more in just a quick overview, so you don't get caught out buying basically over £100 turkey and think it's going to work and it's not going to work. Okay, so yeah, we'll go through those. Okay, a little bit. All right. Right, this is a dashboard I got fitted in my 1975 lightweight Daisy. When I first bought her back in 2012, she had the Range Rover clocks fitted over the steering wheel. I didn't really like the look of it, so I've gone back to more traditional look. Those of you that'll be more aware of what lightweights look like, you'll notice there is the standard Series 3 auxiliary clock on the left-hand side there, instead of the military style clock with the oil temperature gauge in it. Uh, I fitted that just purely and simply because out of necessity. It's not got an oil cooler fitted to it as well, and also the charge light in lightweights is normally in here. The red charging light is normally here, but I fitted a blue little light here, so I could measure oil, not oil, so I could measure diesel level. It's meant to be a diesel level indicator, which has never worked, so it'll be getting removed. We're going back to petrol. I've got a spare engine in the garage to fit into it, so we'll get that done sometime in the future. Right, we'll just show you some of the auxiliary clocks that fit into the military vehicles, and the differences. You'll see here, this is part of one I've got. Unfortunately, I've not got a complete one to hand. So you'll see the fuel gauges in the top right per the standard Civi 1, and the water temp is in the top left per the standard Civi 1 as well. However, you'll notice there's an oil temp at the bottom. Like I said earlier, this is for your oil coolers temperature gauge. Now, these gauges that are fitted to these, if you've got an oil temperature in the bottom section here, these are meant to be capillary gauges. All right, okay, so capillary works a bit like magic. It's obviously it's not an electrical connection. It's an expansion thing. It's an expansion of gas or fluid in the bulb, and obviously when that expands, it'll push the needle up. So I see a lot of these for sale. These capillary style gauges for sale on eBay, and I've seen one recently for £100. I'll put hopefully you'll see a link up in here. And to be honest with you, the scrap, so they are, and I'll show you why they're the scrap in a minute. So I think this one I think I probably paid £5 for this at Sodbury Sort Out a few years back. So yeah, it's not a great shakes to waste a little bit of money. Here's the gauge I took out of it, so you'll see instead of being just lines, there's actually numbers on there, so referring to centigrade of it, sort of thing as well. And you'll look on the back here, you'll normally see a connector. If it's broken, this is all you'll see. And what somebody's done is they've actually not realised what it is and cut the tube, and that's it. It's pretty much useless in scrap then after that. So this is the same style for the oil gauge as well. It's a capillary one on this one. So these were fitted until about 79. I've seen a microfiche for the lightweight parts catalogue, and there is I think it said from data from about 87. I think they were no longer available by that time. However, there was a conversion kit, so you could change over to later style electric sender units and stuff. Okay, so that's that. Okay. So this is a new old stock gauge I picked up a few years back. This is ready to fit into my 75 lightweight Daisy. Okay, so you'll see straight away there's a tube on the back of it, and there's a sender unit there that goes into the thermostat housing on the engine block as per your normal temperature gauge. Okay, and you'll see there's a what looks like wire or cable. This is, yeah, it'll be full of fluid and stuff like, or gas. I'm not too sure actually how it properly works. All I know is it works on temperature and expansion, a bit like a thermometer. So you see, the hotter the thermometer gets in the old traditional style thermometers, the mercury rises, so it expands, doesn't it? So that's how that works. So you can see here the difference between the two. I'll just turn that over there, and you can so yeah. Speedograph Richville used to be able to renovate these, but I think last time I got one done about 12, 15 years ago, and it wasn't one of these. It was the old 52 mil 2-inch secondary gauge that fitted to some Series 2s, and that was the temperature capillary gauge in that, and that it cost me about £100 to get it refurbished because I just raunched it back and then stamped it for some reason. But anyway, this is a new old stock one. The old temperature gauge is pretty. I've got an old temperature gauge. It's pretty much the same detail, apart from it's on that side and the needle's on the left hand side instead. Okay, so that's that. Look at that new old stock box. British Leyland. It's a British Leyland logo there. That's cool, isn't it? Sort of thing. Okay, part number. These were different. Apparently, these were different to lightweights and 101s. There were different lengths of tubing. I'm not too sure which one is which, but I can probably hopefully put the parts list up here in a minute. Right, I'm in Bernadette now. This is 1979 lightweight, and this has got the later style auxiliary clocks in it. It's got the water temperature up left hand side and the oil temperature in the right hand side, as opposed to down at the bottom on the bottom section. And then fuel is moved to the bottom section now. The only logical reason why I can think this has happened is so they can have both the temperature gauges in the top section. Why, I don't know. They also changed to electric temperature gauges, sender units, sorry. So yeah, rather than capillary style gauges. We'll see that capillary gauges get cut quite a lot. For a few years, the 12 and 24 volt variants had the same style clocks, but later on in life, they removed the oil temperature gauge from the 12 volt GS variants, purely and simply because they removed the oil cooler. I think that happened about 1982. So it's common to see them without the oil temperature gauge here. So it's kind of blanked off. I've got an example to show. So we'll cover that one over later. The last clock auxiliary gauge I'm going to show you is the latest style ones fitted to military vehicles. As you can see, they've lost the oil temperature gauge, which should have been in this quadrant here. Now, as far as I'm aware, these were only ever fitted. This missing the oil temperature quadrant was only fitted to the GS 12 volt variants. The reason being is they lost the oil cooler back. I think it stopped fitting the oil coolers 82, 83. So towards the end of the Series 3 production. So you can find 12 volt variants with the oil temperature gauge in, and if you want to know, if you can see, if you can tell if it's a 12 or 24 variant. You can look down there. You can see there's some writing on there, and it'll tell you on the gauge. It's hard to show you on this. If I can get a still of it, I'll put it up there, and but without stripping it down, you can't really see properly. But you can with your torch off your phone, you can see if it says 12 or 24 volt. Fortunately, this one has a label on it that says it's 12 volts, so we know it's 12 volts pretty much. So if you did have one that had 3 in it, most likely is going to be 24 volt because obviously they were more produced, but you can get 12 volt variants. Just be wary of that. I've got 12 volt variant fit to Bernadette, but I bought this one for a good price from. Oh crikey! I bought this for a good price from these people. Who is it? LRD Auto. LRD Auto Limited. Yeah. Purely and simply, they were selling these off new old stock at £50 a pop. So I thought I'd give that a punt. it gives me a water temperature gauge and a fuel temperature gauge in Bernadette for now, until they get a proper one with the oil temperature gauge set up in it. I have seen somewhere where you can get the oil temperature gauge, but I'll probably do my OCD and it doesn't say oil temperature. So there you go. That concludes my video about auxiliary clocks in the military, Land Rovers, Series 3 Land Rovers. Hope you found that interesting. Hopefully you'll not get stung and caught out by buying something that you think you could fit, but it is going to take more of a hope and hell's chance. And hopefully, if you buy one for a few quid just for spares, then that's fine. But 100 quid really for a gauge that don't even work, it's a bit rich in it, sort of thing. But hopefully you get that. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. I'm into the 20s in the video subscribers now, so hopefully we'll get a few more. I've got a few more. I'll be away for a couple of weeks now, so I'm going to be a bit quiet on the video front, but I've got a little surprise for you when I go to France. I'll have a look at some of the Land Rovers out there and see how we get on. All right, cheers for now.